new build. Alright, finally we're in game. Okay guys, so this is on PvE, we're testing out the Kayn nerfs, and I would like to announce that I have everything figured out, the build, the playstyle, everything. And I genuinely think this is one of the best things that could have happened to Kayn, and I am very excited for this patch. I genuinely have been not enjoying League just due to the fact that Kayn is too dumbed down to the fact that pretty much anything on him works right now. And I want to go a little bit more in depth with this. So essentially, everything wrong with Kayn right now in his current state, pre-nerfs, is that he's too simple, he's too broken, he doesn't require any skill, he doesn't require much thought. Now, hear me out. He's getting nerfed with his passive damage for blue Kayn is going down a lot, which is taking away a lot of your burst. So you're not going to be able to do all these fun builds like purple Kayn, Stork Boots Kayn, all these different mythic items. You're not going to be able to go them. I think Prowlers is going to be the best mythic item due to the fact that it gives you the highest amount of burst, the active included, and you know obviously the mythic passive it gives you. And we're not going to be going Stork Boots. Now, we're going to be doing these runes. It's pretty much the same thing, but with Relentless Hunter. So, first things first, we're not running a Genius Hunter, so you cannot just mindlessly use your Prowler's Claw because it's going to be on a 90-second CD. So you have to be smart with your Prowlers. You're not going to have an insane amount of burst, so you're pretty much not going to be able to 1v1 a lot of champs. And the reason why this is something I'm excited for is because they took away so many tools in Kayn's kit, but they made him a team-orientated jungler to the fact that he needs to make plays off his team, and they gave you probably the best thing they can give you, and that's just an insane amount of mobility, because now Yumu's is one of the most broken items in the game. It gives you a lot of ability haste, it keeps all the benefits that it already has had, and it's 100 gold cheaper, so you get to keep the active, the passive that are really broken. You get the ability haste, and with the fact that you can buy Yumu's and have a lot of ability haste, means we don't need to go Ionian boots anymore, we're gonna go Mobies. And with Mobies, Relentless Hunter, and Yumu's all stacking up together, you're going to be able to impact pretty much every lane, and you're going to be able to make plays all over the map from 24/7. So it's going to require a lot more thought instead of just mindlessly one-shotting everyone. You're going to have to actually put your thoughts into understanding, okay, when can I force this play or when can I not? Understanding your damage is going to be a lot more complicated, especially due to the fact that the statistics on how your passive actually works is very fucking awkward to explain. Like, the magic damage passive is very awkward to explain. Like, you can only do as much magic damage as you do physical damage, so it's kind of based off your flat AD rate. It's pretty weird, but either way. This is probably the best thing I could imagine to happen for Kayn, due to the fact that he's been permabanned in solo queue, for me at least. I don't know about you guys, but for me he's been permabanned. He has been seen in competitive due to the fact that people are playing purple Kayn so much. So he has been seeing a lot of light in competitive. His competitive career is probably going to be over now, and you know what, I actually think that's a good thing, because oh goodness, oh she just didn't do Krugs and just went straight to the scuttle. Oh goodness, whatever, I'm gonna go to the bot scuttle. This is why you never smite early. Don't worry, I'll help him shove. He got a solo kill, so it's smart to shove the wave. Alright, one thing I could say out of that, it's not really that big of a deal because I just get the other side scuttle, but this is typically why I don't smite early, but it just doesn't make sense for Evelynn not to farm Krugs and to go straight to scuttle. Just an awkward play by her. I probably gank bot too. I mean, Zed just used W. I'm assuming he doesn't have flash. My team didn't ping it, but whatever. The thing is about competitive, and why I say Kayn's probably not going to see any competitive, is that Frost doesn't really work in competitive due to the fact that you can just get easily kited out. Unless you're playing into like a 5 tank comp, yeah, he's not very good. Okay, the thing is they'd have to bait the W, but oh, they did. Okay, cool. Okay, we got a flash and orbs. Pog you. You could shove it in wave and maybe look to dive. Let's see. This is something that's a little bit ambitious, but you know, it's definitely worth the punish. I knew he'd do that too. But the thing is, now he separates from the Soraka and he just dies. What? Lucian, just dive him. Oh! Alright, that works. Alright. So, a lot of people are probably wondering, what is this new build? What exactly are you going to do? Moby Boots, Manamune is necessary, and let me explain why. Manamune is going to be very necessary because with all this ability haste and mobility, you're going to need to spam your E. So Manamune is going to be a core item actually. I know a lot of people have always loved Manamune, so you'll probably be a big fan of that. Ah, she gave me that too. The rotation auction. So yeah, look at Moby Boots. You can actually go first item Moby Boots if you want, and that will help you get your form a lot faster. So like I said, it's a lot more team play, a lot more brain work. So I know a lot of people don't like to play off their teams or whatever, but I genuinely think that's kind of how solo queue is meant to be played, even though if you don't like your teammates. Listen, I'm with you. I don't really like my teammates all the time either. But it does make solo queue more solo queue instead of Kayn just being this brainless broken champ that just runs around one-shotting everyone. Now you're going to be running around at 3 times the speed. And if you snowball, then you'll one-shot everyone. So it's not like, okay, you farm, get form, one-shot everyone. It's like, okay, if you play smart and you properly gank the right lanes, punish the right people, then you can actually one-shot everyone. So you're still going to be able to one-shot everyone. God, I don't know. Like, look at how fast I'm running around, and this is without Yumu's. It's so fun. It's so fun. I honestly, if I could not play until the patch happens, I'd be way happier, because this is just genuinely so much more fun than how Kayn has been. Now, I would like to say a little, some words, because a lot of us, we are not happy to say goodbye to Purple Kayn. But the thing is, things like Purple Kayn and Blues are working doesn't really make Kayn a balanced champ. It kind of made him unbalanced. Because there's so much versatility to a champ that's already so versatile. I don't know, it just didn't sit right with a lot of people. It always sat right with me because, you know, it's my build and all that, but... you know. Alright, we just got to get that last Ingenious, or not Ingenious, Relentless Hunter stack and we're good. What if you just went red only? I mean, the thing is, red is still really good. Like, the thing is, in solo queue, red has always been really good. A lot of people just play blue Kayn because he has more snowball potential. But hear me out. If you play blue Kayn for the snowball potential, then he actually has more now because higher mobility. I don't know. Like I said, this is genuinely way more fun for Kayn as opposed to what he was before. Because the thing about what he was before, like I said, it was just too simple. Everyone could play Kayn. Everyone could farm and one-shot everyone. But now, if you don't know how to properly gank, you don't know how to properly snowball a lead, you're not going to know how to play him. This is like having a really fast car. If you don't have a license, you're not going to be able to drive, you know? You might have the car, but you don't have the license, right? It's kind of ironic because I actually don't have my license. Okay, cool. So look at this, I could just gank lane over and over again. Now don't get me wrong, this is PvE, so I mean, you know, these players can be any rank, any elo, I'm not really sure, but it's just something that I'm very confident with. And I've always loved Mobies on blue Kayn, and you know what, I'm gonna say it, and this is such an unpopular opinion. I was getting really bored of the fact that every jungler was running Moby boot, or not Moby boots, CDR boots, Ionian boots. Ionian boots were super fun to use and abuse, but the fact that there's no diversity in the jungle, that pretty much every jungler just relies on Ionian boots, that's kind of lame. Now, don't get me wrong, Ross is still going to be using them just because they are OP. They're very OP, but blue Kayn doesn't need to. And if you guys are wondering, it's because Manamune and Yumu's gives you a lot of ability haste, so you don't really need it. It's kind of just excess ability haste. Like, once you reach the 70% cap, you kind of don't need it. Okay, so now we're just going to be able to run very fast. And a lot of people are probably wondering what's going to happen with Serpent since it's losing 6 lethality. It's going to be a situational item. It's not going to be something you go every game, as opposed to what it was before. Serpents was so OP, you can go it when they had 0 shields. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. It was so OP, you can go it when they had 0 shields. Keep that in mind. Darius is right there, so I'm just gonna back off. I want to kill that Lux. I want my last Relentless Hunter stack. Wait, what? See, notice? I have less damage, but I can kill more people because when you have a lot of mobility, you can run faster and you can just be around the map. You can be around everywhere faster. Oh, there it is. There it is. You guys haven't even seen me with my U moves yet. Just think about it. This is just your first form. Thanks for the tax. Sorry if I sound weird, by the way. I've been sick for a while. You consider Swifties? Nah, Swifties is very unnecessary. The reason why Swifties is unnecessary on Kayn is, I'll explain it very simply. Okay, the reason why you get boots is not because of what they really give you, like the numbers. It's because of the passives, right? And the passive for Swifties, I believe it makes you like slows are reduced, right? Well, let me just ask you, what does Blue Kayn's E do for you? So let's look at Swifties. So yeah, it gives you the strength of movement slowing effects is reduced by 25%. Like, yeah, just think about that. Does Kayn need that at all with his E? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. The thing that makes it so insane, and this is why I'm so confident in this build. I've played 2 games in the PvE and I'm already so confident. Most of the times when I test out new builds, it'll take me a lot of games to get used to and just kind of understand. The reason why this build makes me so confident, makes me so happy, because not only did Yumu's get this insane buff, it also costs 100 gold less. Like, they just really, Riot really just enforced the idea that, okay, Serpents is dead, whatever, but mobility is at an all-time high. So it's bringing assassins back to, as you can see, I do less damage, right? I do less damage, but like I said, you just run around the map faster, so I make plays with my team instead of making plays for myself. I went in my head, I can make plays for myself, of course, right? Oh, there she is. Alright, let's kill Father Zed. Yeah, so you don't really play for yourself or play selfishly anymore. You kind of just have to play for your team. Your damage will be there, but you should ideally look to force with your teammates. When you're snowballing, your damage is obviously there because you have the XP advantage. Like 3-level lead on Evelyn, I could force on her. The Kayn nerf isn't even that big. It's actually very big. It's one of the hardest nerfs he could have received. People that are saying it's not that big just don't understand how he works at all. And the whole reason that Kayn was so OP was because of your excess damage, your passive and your ult. It didn't nerf his ult, like I said, thank God, that's really good. But the fact that you get this insane amount of magic damage, like right now it'd be at like 30. Is the total number of your passive magic damage went down by 14%. So that's 3 seconds of combat where you have this like massive amount of magic damage that you can't itemize for. That's 3 seconds of combat that you have, and then when you ult, it resets your passive. So you have another 3 seconds, so it's 6 seconds. So anyone who thinks this isn't a big nerf to Kayn, it's extremely big. And it's the whole reason that things like Purple Kayn aren't going to exist. It's the whole reason why things like Gore Drinker or Blueser aren't going to exist. And as much as I do love them, it's just not going to happen. Much as the third Purple Kayn, he's not going to be playable whatsoever. Why not Dustblade? Because you're locking out on so much damage. Building something that takes away from your damage is just not ideal. The reason why Dustblade's not good is because typically the passive that you get from it isn't really that much of a... Like, it's not really usable by Blue Kayn as much. And also, the Mythic passive gives you CDR as opposed to, like, actual damage like this gives you lethality. Eclipse is a decent option as well. You can actually go Eclipse now because of Yumu's. So if you guys want to run Eclipse, that's the only other Mythic I would say you can go. So look at the damage I'm going to do to Darius. Before, I would look at this guy and he'd die. Now I have to hit him with a full combo. So that should tell you. He has no armor, only a little bit of HP bonus. So ideally, he should die with me just looking at him. But see, the thing is, I have to snowball. I have to play smart. I have to build my advantage before I actually like do anything proper. So if you guys are wondering what the rest of the build would be Man Immune, Grudge for more damage. And after that, probably either want to go a defensive item or it's going to be a utility item. Like I said, Serpent's going to be situational. So if you have a lot of shields, you can go Serpents. But look at this. If you're snowballing, it doesn't really matter if they do. So if you need to break shields, go Serpents. If not, go Edge of Night. That's going to be your last item. A lot of people are going to ask me about Collector. Collector is great for snowballing. So you know what? You can go that as well. That's going to be your last option. You have either Collector, Edge of Night, or Serpents. So that's going to be your final item. But this is going to be a lot. And let me tell you something, when you actually do get your mana immune, you're going to be doing a lot. So you will eventually pick up the damage. And with the runes, I mean, you have Gathering Storm, Transcendence. Yeah, you're going to be scaling pretty well. So the snowball helps you reach that point where you actually will be like really fucking strong. Look, he just dies. But to be fair, I do have a Yuumi on me, so it makes sense. Okay, so this guy has no defensive, so I mean, like I said, you just recognize this type of stuff. That be good. Wait, what? I died. I could have flashed and then eat into the wall. Not bad. Alright. I'm gonna go Gore Drinker this game. Gore Drinker is not gonna be playable on Kayn anymore. It's lacking mythic passive bonus. The AD you get is way less than Prowlers. Earlier you hated Collector so much. I mean, the thing about Collector is it's not necessarily gold efficient, but it's snowball efficient. So it works when you're snowballing, and that's the whole playstyle of this is snowballing. I didn't dislike Collector, it's just that there's better options. When Serpents was OP, why would you ever go Collector over Serpents? Typically, you don't build a lot of lethality damage. Like the thing is, Ravenous Hydra statistically outmatches almost every lethality item for Blue Kayn. But the thing is, it's very costly. Collector's very costly as well. Look, Collector. This is 3,000 gold. Ravenous Hydra costs 300 more gold and does way more for you in every single way. But it's just not efficient. Oh, I missed my W. So if you are curious why I'm just going around one-shotting everyone, like I said, I'm playing on PvE and I'm snowballing. So that's pretty much how the game's gonna be played. You're gonna be insanely speedy. You're gonna be one-shotting everyone. Playing more smart, which I like. If you were to go Eclipse, I would like to add that you would have to go Ionian Boots. So I might test that out just to see how it works. You cannot actually go Moby Boots on Eclipse because you'd be lacking way too much ability haste for comfort. By the time I get my Yumus, I'm going to be at a very solid amount of ability haste, so that'll be good. Okay, so he's... Alright. So let me just show you kind of when you reach that point of power spiking, exactly what it looks like. So when you reach this item, let me show you what it looks like. Ideally, when it's past 70 ability haste, it's very inefficient to stack more. You don't need to. So as you can see, ideally, I mean, with a blue buff, when you reach that 40% CDR, you don't really need anything else. This is why Mobies is so good. I mean, I just want you guys to look at how fast you run around the map. No, it actually might make me do some changes to my build where I actually prioritize maxing my E second. There are some things I want to change soon, and I'll go over that. I think there's actually going to be a build. This is something I'm keeping in my head for now and something that's going to stay secret. But in the near future, if you guys are interested, make sure you drop a like and comment down below. I'm telling you, I think there's something that I've been theory crafting where you max your E second and it actually is better. You guys are probably wondering, okay, well, what do you max first? You're going to be maxing your Q, and then you would get your E second. And the reason why you do that is because all you need to kill someone is your Prowlers and Q if you're efficiently ganking everywhere. And if you use your E, you're going to have even more mobility. Like I said, this is a snowball mobility build. You're not going to be playing to solo one-shot everyone because that's not how he's designed to work anymore, which is perfect. It means that he actually has like a design instead of just being able to do everything. He's not going to be mindlessly OP anymore. He's going to actually make sense as a champ. So there is going to be a new skill order soon. And I'll let you guys know if that's good or not. Hope you enjoyed the video.